I need to warn you guys that the type of stuff that I talk about is always accountability. Self-accountability, I believe, is a very important thing. So I'm not real sorry when you have parents who are accused of doing things to their kids. I don't care what you're going through emotionally, physically, spiritually, or anything like that. Postpartum depression, I don't care about any type of excuses that people want to throw out. So with that precursor, let me give you guys a disclaimer before I talk about that woman who lost her life and her kids who lost their life. Give you a disclaimer. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm going to keep the source that I'm getting this from confidential because I'm not sure how much of this is actually true. But if I need to do a retraction, I'll do it. But for right now, this story coming out of Columbus, Ohio, I'm going to give Ohio yet another L yet again. Are y'all surprised that we got kids dead yet again in Ohio? But is this woman a victim? I don't believe so. Let me tell you why. An East Columbus neighborhood remains in shock. Oh, actually, let me tell you why. Because I read other news articles and they weren't going to say what they actually found out. They were trying to suppress this information. I don't know why. Is that what they were trying to preserve her integrity as a mom, as a black woman? I don't know what it was, but let me read to y'all from this article. A East Columbus, Ohio neighborhood remains in shock after a woman and her 2 children were found dead inside their home on Thursday. Initially, when I heard this story, I thought had to been a baby daddy or a boyfriend. Nope. Not at all. Little bitty baby too. Beautiful little kids. Officers with the Columbus Division of Police found 25-year-old Journey Fletcher, who is the mother, dead alongside her 5-year-old son, Jelani, and 3-month-old daughter, Harmony, who y'all saw in the picture. Police recovered a handgun, and this was not in other news articles. Police recovered a handgun and 3 spent shell casings at the scene. 3 people dead, 3 spent shell casings. According to records, the children's deaths were declared homicides, and police say that they are not searching for a suspect, which is the most important part of this. They are not searching for a suspect. Why would they not be searching for a suspect? Think y'all can put 2 and 2 together, 3 and 3 together. However, the circumstances are still being investigated. Neighbors in shock gathered on Sunday for a vigil. They were the ones who raised concerns to the police when they noticed it had been days since they saw Journey and the children. The baby was so beautiful. Well, the mama was beautiful too, and her son, he loved my dog. Always wanted to pet my dog, said neighbor Dora Evans. She was close to the children and even helped Journey deliver Harmony in the front yard in May. So that's a very, very young baby. Every time she would hand the baby to me, she would say hi to grandma, and she has such a pretty little smile, Evans said. Can we get a hashtag babies for benefits, please? If y'all could, please. Evans and her neighbor said that there was no indication that something might be wrong. I didn't know what she was going through, but I told her I'm always here. All you got to do is call me, throw a rock, knock on the door, she said. Neighbors said if Journey needed help, they wish she would have reached out. Bring them to me if you need a break. Bring them to me, said neighbor Nina Jackson. All we can do is just hope that they rest in peace, said another neighbor, Elaine McCarroll. And that could be the end of the story. But as y'all know, I always have an opinion as a father and a man who's been in this position. I was talking to my mother the other day, and shout out to my mom. And I was talking to her on the phone, and I actually gave my mom a story that she actually forgot about. And I told y'all it takes a village to raise children. The reason I say that is because it's not easy. My child's mother was in her life as well as me. We raised her together. She is literally 1 year away from being grown. So we've got there. We've almost got to the finish line of raising my daughter till she's grown. It's hard to believe that much time has passed. Even then, I switched my job, so I worked weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 40 hours during the weekend, so that I could watch my daughter Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that way my daughter's mom could work Monday through Thursday. So that was a good plan, right? There were days that I had to learn and exude patience because I knew I loved my baby, but babies can be frustrating. They will cry, they will holler, and they will not tell you why. You have to figure it out, and you have to love them through it, and you have to have a ton of patience. Let me say that again. A ton of patience. There is no manual that comes with this. You can read books, you can read stories, people can tell you, but you truly do not understand until you're in that situation. So shout out to my parents in the chat. If y'all ever been there, then y'all already know what I'm talking about, right? Why am I bringing this up? Because children can frustrate you. Let's talk about the nature in which the black community, we bring children into this world. We generally bring children into this world into what is referred to as a broken home. That means there is no stability. There is no guarantee that that man is going to be in your life and this child's life. Y'all didn't have these children under one roof more times than none. Most children in the black community are born outside of wedlock. So there is no commitment. What's funny is if we talk about, well, we didn't know what this man was going to do. He promised me he was going to be there. You know what a real promise is? A ring on your finger. That's a promise. Writing it on a marriage certificate. That's a promise. If they don't do one of those two things, then you don't have an agreement. You don't have a promise. Do you know what a marriage certificate is? It's a contract with y'all two and the state. And people witness you signing that contract and agreeing to marry and to be unified. That is a contract. So if you do not have a contract, why would you enter into business? You guys understand what I'm saying? It's just like any other contract. Shout out to my father who told me I shouldn't be doing DJ gigs unless I have what? A contract and a deposit. The deposit would be the ring. The contract would be the marriage certificate. If you related that to DJing. Every time I went out there and tried to go DJ, okay, these people cool. They say they're going to take care of me. Guess what? And it's usually always people that look like me. I hate to say that. But the people that usually screw me are usually the people that look just like me. That be like, oh, yeah, man, see what happened was we ain't got all your money. And, yeah, you see we didn't have that many people show up, so we ain't got all your money, just DJ. And they always end up trying to screw me and not pay me or make me wait week after week after week to try to get my money. We get into an argument, and then they want to not pay me. Why? Because we didn't have a deposit and a contract. Don't that sound a lot like how we're out here having sex and making kids? Look, my brain is moving real nice right now. I am drinking on some liquid IV. Y'all might want to go get y'all some of that and some Evian water. So y'all can see my brain is moving real clear right now. So I got a whole lot to say. If you come to hear the news, this ain't the right place to come. I'm here to talk about children because I'm a concerned father and a black man that's tired of seeing this crap happen. I don't want to hear nothing about this man promised to be there until you have a contract and a deposit. If you don't have those things, you don't have an agreement. That means he's not going to be there. Let's look at it like this. Let's look at all men as men ain't shit. Women keep running around talking about eyes don't need no man, y'all. Eyes don't need no man. I only want a man when I need a man to do some shit that I want him to do, and after that, I don't need a man, right? A lot of y'all have heard this stupid rhetoric. They only need men for procreation. If that's the case, then why are you not expecting to do this shit on your own? You should already be expecting, if this man is not going to be there, which he's not proven to be there, then understand that most men ain't shit, not all, that they're not going to be there. So if that's the case, then why do y'all continue to keep willy-nilly making kids? You strong, you independent. So why not be independent and take care of these kids yourself? It's too hard. Then guess what? If it's too hard, guess what you don't do? You don't make childrens. Then you don't have then you don't have sex then. Unprotected. Use some contraceptives. Get the NuvaRing. Get that thing that they shoot up under your arm. I forgot the damn thing. What do you call it? The contraceptive. I forgot what you call it. God, I'm gonna think of it. Y'all not using condoms because the dick feel too good, don't it? Why am I saying all of that to relate to this? Because this woman murdered her children and killed herself. There was a father to these kids, potentially two different fathers, because that's how most black people get down. Not all, and maybe not her, but that's how most of them get down. So that's how I can draw a conclusion like this blindly. You didn't want to give up custody. Can we get a hashtag babies for benefits? Yes. That's what we call it here at the AFC, babies for benefits. You only wanted the benefits. Maybe you wanted some love. Maybe you wanted some attention. Maybe you want some Section 8. Maybe you want some food stamps. Maybe you wanted a car voucher. Maybe you wanted something from these kids that you would have only got if you had kids and were a mother. Too many women are only having kids to get those benefits that I just stated. Let's just say if you want to blame it on postpartum depression, then guess what you wouldn't have did? Why'd you get pregnant with a second child? I want y'all to take a look at this picture before we get into the news videos. I told y'all I had a lot to say. Oh, I had a lot to say. Look at this. Let's go back to the news article. Notice the difference in age. There was a 5-year-old and a 3-month-old. She's 25 years old. Don't tell me she's young, because guess what? Most mothers who have children are young because you can only have children between the age of childbearing age up until about 40 before you become high risk. So you only had that short little period of time that you could even get pregnant anyway. So I don't want to hear that. If you are grown enough to make children, then you are grown enough to be held accountable regardless of your age. How about that? She way past grown. 25 years old is way past grown. 5-year-old and a 3-month-old. So that means at least 5 years ago, you knew that it was difficult to raise children. So what was your problem? Guess what? I don't give a damn what her problem was, her mental illness, what she was struggling with, because she chose this. She chose this lifestyle. People need to be held accountable. Stop making excuses. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Ooh, this thing got hot in here over here, for real. Like, that's probably one of the realest things I've said in a long time. If y'all ever want to make a video go viral, you might want to make that one go viral. So share that in your true crime social groups. Share it with her family and friends, because I want them to know how I feel about it. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment. Let's listen at these news videos. Here we go.
Developing now, Columbus police are investigating after 3 people were found dead on the Far East side of Columbus. Investigators found the body of a woman and 2 children inside of an apartment on Broadmoor Avenue. NBC4's Brett Mills spoke with a friend of the victims today and has the latest information from investigators.
The friend I spoke with is in utter disbelief tonight, now having to live with the fact that her dear friend is gone.
And this is one of these things that's not normal. It's not normal for any human being. I don't care if you're the police, I don't care if you're fire. It's not normal to see the loss of life, specifically with multiple victims.
Many people are still reeling after Columbus police found a woman and 2 children dead in an apartment around 11 a.m. Thursday morning after a call for a wellness check. The names of those victims have now been released. The mother, Journey Fletcher, 25, her son, Jaylani Jennings, 5, and her daughter, Harmony AJ, just 3 months old.
Let me be clear about this. Anytime someone loses life, whether it's the east side, west side, any part of the city, it's extremely tragic and unfortunate. And it's one of those things that, specifically with young kids.
Today's events are especially overwhelming for those who knew those involved. Rayshanae Cole had been friends with Journey Fletcher since 2019. She recalls what her reaction was once she heard this devastating news.
Oh, I was shocked, like, because I had woke up and I seen the article, but I didn't think nothing of it until my sister texted me and was like, "Is this Journey house?" So I'm like calling her. I'm calling her phone. It kept going to voicemail, so I text her phone. And it never said delivery.
She says a piece of her is now lost forever, but she wants people to know who Journey was as a person and not as a victim.
She was always, like, no matter what she was going through, like, she never showed that, like, the sad side of her. She was always a happy person. Like, every time I got around, she was always a happy person. Like, and she always talked about her kids. She loved her kids. So, yeah,
She did not love her kids if she killed them, ma'am. She killed her kids. She did not love them.
it was so shocking to me.
And Columbus police say they are not specifically looking into any suspects and that there was a firearm recovered at the scene. Local for you, I'm Brett Mills.
The reason why they're not looking for any more suspects, because the mom did it to herself and her kids. It's pretty easy to find that out. And they talk about, she was a good mother, y'all, and I don't know what she was going through and this and that. I don't know what she was going through, y'all. I don't care what she was going through. I hope that her soul would never find rest wherever it ends up, in hell or wherever. I hope that those children's souls find peace. Beautiful little children. They deserved every opportunity to grow up and become something great. If the mother was going through something, she could have dealt with that and left those kids with the fathers or somebody else, because there was people there that she knew that could have watched out for those kids. If she needed to go do this to herself, she could have did it and not involve the kids, and somebody else could have at least helped find these children someplace to grow up and become something great and be safe. No, she was selfish. She did it to her kids first and then ended her life. Don't make her a martyr. She's not a victim at all. We got to start holding people accountable. To the children, may those children rest in peace. We got to start showing more love to the children. Again, that's why with AFC, we advocate for children first. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Any family members, leave a comment or email me, afcmatters@gmail.com. You know what that means? Advocates for children matter. Thank you.